Okay, so it's 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I have a cup of tea too. Um, the how do I feel out of it? I God, it's always just one thing after another, I swear to God. Um, like I've been waiting and waiting. Like there was a certain amount of money in my account, and I'm like figuring everything out. Like how am I pay this? How am I pay that? Once I had sat down and stuff, and so I'm trying to figure it all out, and I'm thinking, man, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good, and it's just been too like I haven't gone through like the money thing has been an issue for me since my brain injury. And I can't even say like I was really great with it before that. Like, I don't know. But definitely now it's like, I don't know. It's something with numbers and time. Like, I can't do them right or something. I can't put them all together. And I've messed myself up so many times. But this time I messed myself up again. Hold on. Because I thought that the Penske truck had taken the money out and that they were going to refund me back the deposits. But no, they just hold the money or something. I don't know. I go in to look because I think that my balance is going to be up. No, it was like way down. And now I'm like, oh shit. So, which I'm sure that's going to be a big fret to my mom because I got to pay the stuff I owe, right? The car, the insurance went up so much. And the shenanigans of being able to say, like, you have to have good credit to have insurance, and you're forcing us to have insurance. So you're forcing us to have good credit. Like, that's against our human rights. Like, this whole fucking shenanigans. And then you try and tell people, and they're just like, yeah, well, that's just the way it is. Okay, well, we have to demand change. We have to say this isn't right, even though it's going to go override us because of the compliancy issue, that it's going to start collapsing on its own. Like Donald has already said something. I don't remember what it was. It was a couple weeks ago. I heard something with the insurance thing. I heard there's something else, like if there's some insurance companies in court, like it's all going to collapse because think about it. Like that is some bullshit. And that they can... the whole thing with forcing us to have insurance, then forcing us to have a clean driving record, forcing us to have perfect credit, forcing us, like, that's not okay. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't want their fucking credit. I don't want their shit. So, so then they're going to punish you because they're going to force you to have this. So they're going to punish you that you don't want to be involved in. And then the people who you try and say, and then it's like, well, they're willing to be compliant, so you need to get with the program. This is this shit that I have dealt with for my whole life. Like, you try and tell people, like, and it's like, you're the oddball because the rest of us are doing it, we're all doing it. It's like, it's not right though. It's not right. What they do isn't right. And it's like, why would humans not demand more? Why do they just sit back and be like, okay, well, I did have some Vaseline, but just go ahead, rough rot. I know I'm good. It's like they don't give a fuck. Just like whatever the government says, bend over. It's time. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And then people, this is something I used to say all the time too. It drove me motherfucking crazy. And it was like back in the 80s or something. I said, people just sit around complaining about the world and they don't ever get up off their fucking couch and do anything about it. It's like, what the hell? How does change occur? You sitting on your couch whining to your friends over a beer about life? Or is it changed by us making a stand, taking up for ourselves and going in the direction we want? It's like so annoying. It's like the most passive, yeah, it is passive aggressive. The most passive aggressive, compliant, our society, our world. It's no wonder we have so many depressed people that live. Like, that's what you got to see. In the micro and macro, the way that our bodies right now are expressing disease and stuff shows the disconnect and that distraught attitude in a lot of people, and which makes them sick. But that is also on the macro. Our society is going through the same thing. And our society is very diseased and sick, and you can see it all around us. We have people that just, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, when we start having, I mean, it's one thing when there's this odd case of a teenager, but when we're having it like this, just every day, there's like all these people just taking out their families and stuff, which the one with the poisoning thing, that ended up being, it wasn't the lady who made the food. It was another lady who gave her the berries or something to put in it. And she was another relative. And so apparently she had done it because she wanted to kill off the other people who were going to get the money out of the estate or something. It's like, fuck, man. The greed and the, like, people just don't give a fuck. And on one level, this is a game. On one level, this is like, it's not real. It's not like you're really killing them off or anything. But it still shows you what drives you. It shows you who you are at your core. And a lot of people don't realize what's going on until they get to their life review. And I wonder if that's not a part of the trap. Is like, if you're here to learn and you're not learning, and you have to tip back, go back. Because there's a lot of people that just seem like, I don't know. There's going to be more that will be revealed. It's just hard to put it all together, like how some people say it's a prison, it's an education thing and stuff. But I can see the education purpose, but it's not like out in the universe. It's a requirement, I don't think. I don't think it's required, like you have to, because there's all these beings that don't come in and just do this. It's like an expansion. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Hold on a sec. It's like in the beginning that it was different with the souls and stuff, you know? My nose just runs nonstop too. And it's getting so raw again because I have to just wipe it nonstop. And sometimes I can't find my tissue, which these help because they're softer. I don't know, there's fibers in tissue and paper towels and stuff that are cut. And supposedly they're made out of wood. I bet you these rich motherfuckers own all the fucking forest. Or, yeah, I mean, everything is just this sucking the resources out of the planet for their own benefit, for their own gain. They don't even give back to the people or communities. They'd rather put the gold in a closet and hide it and have everybody starving in the streets. It's like, but, so like in the beginning, it was like a different kind of thing. Because all these souls, oh, that's interesting. So all these souls that were here were in their soul form. So it was like the souls were there. But then once they started messing with the DNA and stuff, then I don't know how they, okay. So it would have to be burst through something. Part of our soul is part of the other soul before us. It's weird too, because I'll be doing stuff and I'll be like, oh my God, I feel like my mom. I've done this my whole life. All of a sudden I'll be like, oh my God, I feel like my mom. But now there's so much coming out about like our connections and stuff. And like how I kept seeing it as a baton. It's like this stretching out. So we are an aspect of our ancestors. This energy just stretches out through. But the birthing is where these souls come in. But it's not like we're new souls. I guess, man, I don't know. Because like at the Big Bang part, like when an energy, like we're going to have again, I think that the firmament, the water rising, everything is like this popping of this new energy. And that is a creation of more energy. And that is like, well, this collective consciousness, this energy that we're putting out. And it like meets up with the energy that's coming towards us. And it creates a new expansion in a positive way too, because we're learning. But so the souls that are here, I don't know if it was like, the Anunnaki started this lab thing, and then they created these creatures, and then the souls that started coming into them started evolving. But that is the thing, is like, you know, out of all the different kinds of soul levels, like where it wouldn't have been like, you know, the dark energy all of a sudden was like, well, I'm going to go to school and learn. It wouldn't be like that. But it would be like an expansion, like a new energy. But then there's also old souls here too. So it's like a mix or something, a combination. Maybe that is, maybe that's why there's an infiltration of old souls to come in and help the new souls be able to transfer out or something. But anyways, that is one reason why the aliens or the other beings or whatever look at us as like the containers, because we're like in a spacesuit. Like our soul is in a spacesuit. And the thing is the other beings around us, oh yeah, but it's a state of consciousness too. Because just like I said, as you raise your vibration, you don't explode out into blood and guts. You just start realizing like, oh, I'm not that, I'm this. And then you start being able to do what this can do instead of what that holds you back, because that can't do shit but get sick and fall apart and die. And then as you evolve out of that perception of self, then you move into this other perception of self. But it still seems that we're in a container, like a spaceship or something, this thing, because we are the energy inside, and we're plugged into the being, the thing that we are, but we aren't the thing that we are, we're the thing inside. And so we come out, and this no longer has a life to live it, and this becomes like an empty shell. It becomes like debris. It becomes a remnant of a life that was. And we have that all around us, because it's a part of our understanding and part of our history to be able to see. And then but the souls that are in these, there's a truck coming out. I ordered yesterday. Luckily I did this earlier too, before the Penske, because I was looking for the Penske thing, but there's a truck lights coming up because I'm right next to the Amazon thing. So they come and deliver in the middle of the night. It's 4 to 8. You can have a delivery. So my long underwear is down there. I'm probably not going to zip down there. Maybe he's bringing it all the way up. I can't see, the windows are too high in the garage, but I can see the light coming. But maybe it just is, the driveway is pretty long. Like, it's a fucking workout, dude. It's a workout. Like, going down that driveway, coming back up and down these stairs. It's like, dang, man. Hold on, let me drink this bit. Trying to see if the lights, trying to figure out if he pulled out all the way up to the driveway. But my mom was yesterday, she was like, well, you need some thermal underwear or something. That would help. Like a tight t-shirt. Shh. Arch, come here. And I was like, oh yeah, like Under Armour or something. That's smart. And then some wool socks and stuff. So I went and I ordered some wool socks and an Under Armour thing. And so it's supposed to be here between 4 and 8 this morning. And boy, they're on it. you say something like, because now it's not an option like, do you want 2 days? Now it's like, do you want it today? Do you want it in the middle of the night? It's like, hell yeah, just go ahead, bring it now. And so, yeah, that's an improvement over where I was on the Amazon orders. But the, let me think for a second. I still, like, I slept so, I think I'm sleeping pretty good. It can be really dark in here and stuff, and I don't know, it just is, and this bed thing is more comfortable than my couch, I swear to God. And we went, God, I kept taking naps yesterday. Every time they go lay down, or if I just feel like it's cold, you know, I go lay in the tent, and then they all come in there, and then we just lay there, go sleep. So I took a nap, I think yesterday morning, then yesterday afternoon, then we went to bed like at 6 o'clock in the evening, and then Stella woke up at like 2 something. I think she woke up like midnight to turn, and I had to turn on the flashlight so she could see because the little dogs were blocking her and she can't move around well. That's why it would be so sucky in the car. And then which my daughters have been sending me all these campers and stuff, and they sent me this one thing that is cool as shit. It's 35 feet long. I don't think I could drive that. I think I'm a small camper or a van. Like, I don't think I can drive a big old bus like that. 35 feet, fuck, man. I don't know. It's cool as shit inside, though. But also, my plan is not to live in something like that. I just want something to be able to sleep in when I'm traveling. Like, I could go visit my kids, and the dogs would be comfortable in the van, and then we'd go park somewhere and sleep in it, and I wouldn't have to deal with hotel restrictions now with the 2 dogs, and Stella's too big, and all this bullshit. It's like... They reject us out of their world if we try and be independent or try and be like our own individual selves. You follow along with the 2-car garage, the 2 kids, the 15 TVs, 25 phones, like, that's okay. But, you know, don't connect with other human or other living beings. Like, fuck that. Just stay there and connect with your phone and your goddamn TV. Oh, and so the one video last night, okay, so I did a series of 3 in the morning. Then in the afternoon, it was like, fuck, I don't even know, like, whatever. It didn't seem like I felt like I had that much to talk about. So I just did one, and then I said I was going to come back this morning. So then I started downloading the first one. It went on. The first one went on overnight. And see, this is the thing, is she has enough... well, her phone still, her TV still buffers all the time. So she doesn't even have enough to just watch programs, but they go off and buffer. Everything you do, it just buffers and buffers and buffers. And and she has a TV on all day. And then going on her phone, too. So she's on both those things. That takes all her stuff. That's it. She barely can run her 2 things. And the guy came yesterday to try and see what he could do. And he said, well, I think I could get it to run 2 TVs and 2 iPhones, but it's still not. But then when she's done, well, she still has her something going. It's just, I don't know how she can sleep through it, man. It's like this, I don't know if it's church or what the fuck it is. It's just talking and talking and talking. How do you sleep through that? Like, I need quiet. I need the fan to, that's what I need. All that other stuff wakes me up. So but I know some people sleep through that, but plus it's loud. And I don't know, maybe that's like she's losing her hearing or something. It's loud as fuck to me. But I, like, at home, in my own home, I would have the TV on. The volume would be like 4 or 5. And I think a lot of people listen to their volume like 15 or 20. I can't believe how loud some, you know, I don't know. I think sometimes people put it loud to keep their attention. But I don't know. To me, it's like, just keep turning it down and keep, like, focusing, you know. And then pretty soon it's like, fuck, I can watch TV and it can be on 1 and I can hear it. Because I can focus in on it. But I think that is why everything is so chaotic. But it's weird because the more chaotic it is, it's harder for the people to focus, but it's like they do it to themselves or something. I don't know. Create more noise to try and focus, but then the more noise, it's more of a distraction, so you can't focus. So it's like more and more to me, it's like tuning in, tuning down, focusing. And so, anyways, that's just, you know, an observation. But so the soul thing, so it seems, because when this stuff goes down and stuff, like these beings and stuff we're going to be interacting with, they're going to be way more in their soul form. Like, I think it's like reflecting out the image that they want to reflect out. So it's like they can look like what they want to look like. Kind of like how we think like people are shapeshifters. They can just change. But we don't have that ability yet. And I don't know if it's just because we have to get our minds into it and be able to see that we can do that. And that's this part of being able to use your mind over your body to heal and stuff. Is I think that is what a lot of this is, kind of like preparation or helping us to learn this. Not everybody's even focused on it. Like, there's lots of people who are not focused on healing. They're focused on the tragedies, the tragic, and they're going to keep going with that. But it's you just focus on those, then you're wasting all your healing time. And then you're going to be up there with the rest of these people who are just like, there's going to be a huge amount of people. And it's crazy too, because there's going to be so many of those super spiritual people, you know, the ones that decided that they were chosen and didn't really look into spirituality ever or study it or anything. They just were like, oh, I'm chosen, I'm this, I'm that. And then the way to raise your vibration is just ignore everything that makes you sad. Just ignore it. And any people who make you feel like you need to think about them, cut them out of your life. You don't need those. That's dead weight, man. Get rid of them. So they cut things out of their lives instead of healing, instead of going in the direction of healing and letting go of things in a more permanent nature of processing through. And so that's their own, you know, that's their own weakness, their own, like, you should probably learn a little bit more about spirituality rather than just think you're the fucking king of the world just because all of a sudden you realize you have a soul or something. Like, you know, it must be shocking for many. Like, what, there's more to me than just this? But it's just weird. But those people may be leaders in the healing when the healing starts, because they have more of a connection to their spiritual side, and the other people are going to be more lost. I don't know. But there's going to be such a huge amount of people that are going to be healing together. That's why I've been saying this whole time. You got to be doing your healing. You got to be doing your healing. It's going to be crazy. And just like pay attention to all the people around. They're all. I know with my mom, it's just so much with the compliance. Well, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's like, that's not how I look at things. It's like, we need to create change. We need to stand up for what's right. And it always trips me out too, is like when I start talking about what's right or whatever, you know, like as a God, as a creator for its creation. And then, but the religion's got that fixed. So yeah, it's this world is so fucking, how long have I been talking? So what I'm going to try and do is, I'm going to take this lump of videos this morning, zip down this wherever, and try and get them all to download. But I have some more going right now, and they just like, they'll be at like 5% for a fucking hour. It's like, that's how slow. And then it'll go 6% for a fucking hour. So, but after I go dump these ones and download all of them, then I'm going to see tonight if I put one on, if I can do it like 45 minutes and see if I can get into a routine where maybe it's like I don't talk for an hour and a half, but and maybe I don't have that much to talk about too, because I have no idea what's going on in the world, seriously. That she has her news stuff. Amy has been sending me some stuff. It seems like everybody's real focused on this TikTok ban, which I don't give a fuck what they do with TikTok. Ban it, don't ban it, whatever. To me, it's like, I'm not got my financial investment in it, and it's not like I'm dependent on them for my money. And they've restricted my videos. They took a video down yesterday of when I was driving, one of those ones I showed the sky with all the layers. They took it down. They said it's misinformation. It's misinformation. It's the motherfucking sky. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? It's like, I'm so fucking fed up with the fucking censorship and shit. Just so fucking fed up with the fucking ignorance, and that this world just wants to hold on to this ignorance. And the people just seem to want to hold on to it too. You start telling them things, it's like, that's a little crazy. It's like, okay, conspiracy theorists, I'm crazy. It's like, oh my God. So, I don't know. It's so weird. There's so many things that are so weird in this thing. I know there's a bunch of people who are like me, though, and I know that there's a bunch of us and we're thought of as the oddballs. And so, yeah, when we say stuff, people are like, same old weird shit, all right. But when the things flip, then people are going to look at the weirdos that were saying stuff, and they're going to be looking at it a lot different. They're going to be looking at, like, how the hell did you see? And it's going to be weird. Because it's going to really, I don't even think they'd be to the point of being able to ask, how did you see for a while? It's going to be such a hit on their ego, that the stuff they didn't see, the stuff that they didn't think about, the things that they wouldn't, what they would, what they would consider okay. Like, that a lot of them would just, yeah, I'll be a slave. What else are you going to do? And then sit on their couch and whine about it. Yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah, well, how do you get things to quit sucking? Got to make change. Sometimes you got to fucking lose everything and fucking pick up and go. And like, I still don't know where this is leading. Like, the amount of fuckery is like, it's out of control. It's so ridiculous too. It's like hiding something. Like, I'll be looking and looking and looking, and I'll just have it hidden. I'll be staring, looking, and then you just forget about it, go about your business. You come back, I don't know, 10 hours later, it's just sitting there waiting. It's like, okay, the fuckery is, you get all caught up in the search and drive yourself crazy, because it's just, I don't know, it's like they're hiding shit on purpose and making it just to frustrate you, or frustrate me. I don't know what everybody else's life is like right now, but mine is like this, it's like this big current of change occurring, and then all of my attitude and stuff to be in a certain direction, but then this other energy to keep trying to like hit in to try and get me to turn this other direction, to get me to be sad, to get me to be hopeless, to get me to feel bad, to get me to be that's what they do mostly, is get me to be frustrated. But what they want to do is get you to give up. They want you to just stop resisting. Just let this fucking world suck the life out of you. And but there has to be, some of us who are willing to walk the walk in order to create the change, so that we can end this nonsense. So, and I know over time, tons and tons of people have gone homeless, come out and lived in the woods and everything to try and get away from it. It's not like, this is a new thing or something. But the thing is like, right now on the planet, there's a whole huge wave of it. So that is all this huge wave of these souls that come in to turn it. And so then how I was seeing it a little while ago was like say all these souls that have been going through this learning, which I don't know, like, they didn't create souls. It's not like they're creating souls. They can create a shell, but they can't create a soul. And the soul almost like creates itself. But not all souls have the same energy, because I don't know that the dark energy could turn. It's like, but we have to have the dark energy. So you have to have this to have that. So it's not like, you know, the dark energy, it's like it's part, I don't know, because here it's like it's part of the game. But it's part of the challenges in the game. But I don't know. I don't know. It's these other souls that come that, because we've all been here doing these life lessons, you know, and it is a gain in perspective, but maybe there's just all different levels of souls playing the games. And right now, the souls that are kind of more lost, then the other souls are kind of here to tell them. But the other souls, it's like, I think that this has happened before. So there's a familiarity to some souls, but the other souls, it's maybe just confusion. I'm not sure. Because everything, it's not like it's just one thing. There's a lot of things going on. But it's just so trippy is once these other beings start coming and we start interacting with them, they're all going to be more in their soul form. And we are, yeah, I always see it like this lineup, like a lineup of different beings. And I don't know, like this Galactic Federation meeting or something. That all these different beings, and then the human being, it totally looks like it's in a spacesuit. It looks like a spacesuit, and it's way smaller. The other beings there's only so many beings that are way, way bigger than us. The Anunnaki are supposed to be way, way, way bigger than us. But I think what we would consider them giants. And that is a thing too, over our time and over history, where there's been a lot of issues with giants. There's a lot of the other beings that are fucking giant. Like we're not very big compared to some of these other ones. And but we are gaining respect. It's not yeah, because we're like evolving into this really spiritual kind of thing. And so it's like there's being like we're getting like respect. I don't know what other word to use for it. Is that we're showing our these other sides of ourselves or something. That's what this whole thing has been about, is this evolution. And but it's weird because it has to do with not just our souls. Our souls evolve through going through this, but there's like this multi-layer evolution kind of thing, because as the human beings, but even though the human being is just a vessel, but as the human experience, it is evolving too. So it's like this, that's why I was saying it's like this is a universal action. This is this universal change. It's this evolution. It's like a being back in the dark, and then this fire is lit that just propels. And that is what is occurring. This is the fire that's lit this whole world, and making you question your connections to these different parts of this world and yourself. But that is the fire that propels, blows us into this new stage of reality. And that is that is what we're going through. But that is this new reality is what was I seeing? It was something with positive, or I can't remember. But anyways, sometimes it's hard to see something and then to try and say it all. Like it's because you're only seeing like a little picture kind of thing. You're only seeing like I don't know what else to call it. It's like a picture, a representation, but it's like you understand it when you see it. It's like the language that is spoken in that is the one that you understand in your soul. And so you can look at something and then you can be like, oh, and understand it. But I think one of the problems is that so many people have not learned to trust that side of themselves. So they'll look at something and then this will blow it off, or they will think, oh, I just made that up or something, instead of acknowledging your communication. And, but anyways, this is like this propelling us, it's like shooting us out of the dark into the light. But then it's going to be really uncomfortable for so many people once they're in the light, because they're going to feel so exposed for these different sides of themselves. But that's why you got to be healing while you're doing this, healing these sides of yourself. So, and accepting, that's a big thing, is accepting yourself. Because you can't accept others if you can't even accept yourself. And so it's learning these sides of yourself and then accepting them. It's not like you can't change them all. You can't be like, oh, I'm this way, but now I'm not. Because then it's kind of like, why? Why are you? Because that is the most judgmental thing about yourself then. You got to completely change yourself, then you're completely in judgment of yourself. And it's way more to me about just tightening your steering with awareness. Like, you know, like I get irritated. Like Max can drive me up a fucking wall. I am not shitting you. No matter what, like I'm fixing my bed and I turn, he goes and gets in it. The chair, I fix the chair, he goes and gets in it. I go do something, I'll get him out, he'll go. It's like, dude, how many times do I gotta tell you? And I don't know what it is. It's just like with a homeless guy and he just doesn't understand. Like, I don't know. But he can create like frustration in me, and where I can feel just like, oh my God, how many times are you gonna do this? And that is so you can see yourself, not so you can be like, oh my God, you're such an idiot. No, it's so you can see yourself, so you can be like, okay, I can see this frustrates me, so how do I just look at it deeper? But it's not like you can change yourself. It's not that you can be like, oh, I never get frustrated about anything. Nothing bothers me. I'm good. I'm great. It's like, how? Like, that's not human, I don't think. I think we're here to deal with our emotions, to be aware of our emotions. And also, when you have an understanding of yours, then you stop judging other people. You don't look at everybody else like, oh, see what an asshole. Oh, that person's so angry. It's like, well, I can get pretty angry too. I can lose my fucking mind just like anybody else. And so it's just, but our world changes when we start tightening our steering. So when we start being like, yeah, I get pissed off, but what I'm doing for it is learning how to spend more time, recognize when I'm getting mad, make a change, do something different, and just trying to not, just tightening it in, but not denying who you are. That was another thing in that spiritual movement. They all tried to be like, these people, they all start wearing these things on their head to show, my third eye is open. It's right here. Everybody look, I'm a third eye person. And then they all started doing, what was the other thing that they started doing? Was, I was just seeing it. I don't know, it's just totally going blank. Oh yeah, because everybody got crystals. Everybody started wearing certain get up. And then they all started talking so, yes, and they all try and be so zen and, oh yes, I'm just always calm, I'm just so, and I just am on my, I'm living my best life. I'm traveling through Turkey and it's just a blessing. I don't know. It's just like, it doesn't seem real. There's this one lady I see all the time on TikTok, and she's always talking just like, oh yes, oh. It's like, who really goes around talking like that? Who goes around like that? Like, it's such a performance. It's such a persona. It's like, it's just another aspect of focusing like, look, I'm a really good person. I'm really zen. I'm just all out there. I'm just perfect. And it's like, nobody's perfect, dude. Nobody. We all have bad things. We all have good things. We all have parts of us that we are ashamed of. We all have parts of us that we like. It's just like, that's just the way it is. That's the human being. And they try and act like you're better than others or something. And if you want to be all zen and be all like, I don't ever raise my voice, I just talk like this all the time, is, you know, I don't know. Practice, just, you know, if that's your goal, is to be able to never raise your voice and always, you know, you have to be I'm the calmest one in the room everywhere I go. Yeah. And pretty soon, I think people are going to stop listening to you. It's like, what did she say? I can hear. Yeah, we just talk to the normal people, because there is something where you're trying to prove that you're something that you're not. It's just like, just be regular. To me, when you're thinking about just being normal, just being regular, it has so much to do with who was I as a kid? Who was I before I was shamed out of being myself? And it started being like, yeah, I mean, probably you were kind of obnoxious. Probably you were loud at times. Probably you were jumping around too much. Probably you were a little hyper. Probably you said things before you should. Like, there's all these parts of you. Why would you want to go, and why wouldn't you just want to reconnect to who you truly are, instead of being like, oh no, I'm ashamed of that person, but I'm very calm now. I'm really calm. And it's like, well, I'm not. Like, I'm a more emotional, more hyper, more excited, more like, those parts of me are there, and they all go together to create this other thing. And I'm not going to wipe them out so I can go around acting to everybody like I'm so at peace all the time. I'm at peace. Everything's peaceful. I'm at peace. It's like, no, I'm not at peace all the time. And you're going to go through things. I mean, that's a part of the living. That's a part of what life is about, is going through things. And so, I don't know. I don't know when bad things hit these people, you know, what they do, what they say. You know, it's like, they just want to hide from it. They cry about it. Don't be ashamed if you cry about loss and the things that you're going through and stuff. It is emotional. There's things to cry about. So cry. Feel your emotions, you know, losing things and stuff. And everybody's losing something. You know, if it's losing jobs, if it's losing family members, if it's losing dignity, if it's losing every respect from others. Like, everybody's losing something, and a lot of people are losing a lot of things. And but remember, when you're losing things, it's because it's no longer serves you or whatever. It's no longer something you need. It's not because you need it and the universe is like, fuck them, take it. No, it's because it's a transitional thing. It's like you're losing this, but you're going in a different direction. It's just so crazy, because in our world, there's so many people, when they lose something, they think it's the end of the world. That's it. I'm fucked. I'm just done. I'm fucked. Like, God doesn't even like me. Why would I like him? Like, it's just like this whole attitude comes out. And it's way more about, like, life has ups and downs. It has peaks and valleys. And it's the ride. And so you are going to be on a ride. You're going to go through hard times. You're going to go through good times. You're going to meet people you love. You're going to meet people you don't like. You're going to go through all these things. And it's there for your ride, for your benefit. And the thing that you get from the ride is expansion of self, growth. And you learn through all of these different challenges and stuff. So it's a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. And we are so stuck on, what it is to be human. And what if it's very different than we think? What if it's way more about, living off the fucking land, living like a tribe, just being out there, just going in the day and doing your thing. Not having to be like, well, what time is it? I got a meeting. I've got to be there. Well, I'm going to do a lunch and I'm going to have coffee over there. Like, all of this, like, yeah, oh, I got soccer game, I gotta get to the kids' practice, I gotta, all this shit that people are just like, I swear to God, I think that there's some people who think the busier they are, the more productive and better person they are. It's like, not necessarily. You're a lot more compliant, you're a lot more driven. Maybe change that drive into building new communities and stuff. But people are so dependent on the old ones. They're so scared of losing what they've got. And I can't imagine. It's like, but life was so different before. Like, all you got to do is look how humans used to live. Like, why wouldn't we want to just go back and be free? Why would we want this and this restriction and all these rules and how you have to live, and then the shenanigans? Like, well, you have to have this. Well, on top of that, you got to do that. Well, if you have that, you got to have this. Well, you better do that. Well, you got to have a license for that. Well, you got to be taxes for that. Well, you got to have insurance once you got that. It's like, it's fucking absurd, man. Fucking absurd. Then we just run around on this hamster wheel. Oh, I can't get fast enough. I'm just drowning. It's like, well, you're drowning yourself. You're burdening yourself. You're adding on more and more and more to existence. It's not capable. It's not humanly possible. And the people that are trying to make it work are wearing themselves out. They're killing themselves trying to prove to everybody else that they're perfect. So anyways, that's why the universe is going to do everybody a big fat favor and show them the truth and get them to figure it out for themselves. I don't know. It seems like it's coming fast, like I say every day. But one thing I did see is when I try to go on TikTok, I couldn't see the TikTok thing. I could just see the picture or whatever, and it said that the wildfires are moving next to the nuke place. So yeah. So I don't know. Is that their plan in California? Yeah. Well, the wildfires just went in and blew the nukes. So what are we gonna do? Bye, California. I don't know. Like, there's no telling what it's. I don't know. I don't know. We just got to see what is to come. And I'm so curious. That is going to be something I'm really going to be trying to focus on, is like what goes down in my area now that I've left. What's next for over there. And I swear, I feel like the bank's going to get fucked for taking a place. And I feel like that the area is going to some other disaster. I don't know if it's gonna just be floods. I don't know where a close dam is there. I don't know. I mean, we're right there with the earthquake on the Cascadia thing, and Mount Baker's right there with the fucking volcano. It was right next to me. So there's things we're just waiting to see. I know though that the ground was vibrating. And it was getting more intense, and the sounds over there, how loud things were. It was crazy. So anyways, I'm going to try and stop this, and I may just keep rambling here for a minute and do another one, but I may take a break. So let's look at my tooth. I think it's doing great. And so remember, you can heal yourself. And if your body's not working to heal itself, you're probably deficient in minerals, or you're overburdened with poisons, because that is a big thing too. So many people are overburdened with poison. And so, and it's feeling so sensitive. Like these two, like the gold cap, and then in front of it is another cap. I'm so excited. This is just gonna be a tooth. Like, fuck yeah. And, but these two are aching. It's like, I wonder if my body's just gonna start rejecting all of this fucking shit, like it did on this one. So, and I don't even know how when I was a kid, I had a lot of cavities. Like, fuck, man. So, I don't know how many. These teeth that dentist already fucked over. These ones, I don't know. This, I think, is fine. And over here, I know that there's a filling over here, because I started seeing that darkness, and I didn't know what it was until this one started. Now I'm like, oh, this must be a filling that's showing through. So I don't know if that one's going to break next too. So I don't know if that's, those fillings are breaking out of my teeth. I know when I was at the dentist and I said something about it, he said that's the problem with silver, is it's stronger than the teeth, and the teeth break around it. And so, I may have more, I don't know. So, anyways, but for now, don't forget what we're doing here is learning how to love ourselves, learning how to love everybody, and learning how to have a good day, because it's totally up to us. So anyways, I will I am working hard on trying to figure out this downloading thing, and I am gonna get it figured out. So I'm gonna run up today though and get these ones all going, and then I will again try something new tonight. So anyways, it may be weird, like with weird videos popping out, or different times and different speeds and stuff. So anyways, I can't say. And then I still don't know the live thing, because the only way is if you're live, but I can't download the videos because they're so fucking long, 3 hours, 2 hours on the ones that I had before, because I have some live downloads if you haven't ever seen those. And I'm not even that keen on it, because then you end up just chatting with people, which, you know, is fine. But to download that and then share it with other people, most people don't want to just watch that. So anyways, I still don't know about the live thing. Shit starts going down on motherfucking going live though. If I have anything, but you know, our phones could go off. Like if the sky starts opening up or something, there'll be a lot of people going live. And mine would be more mine would be more of trying to connect with everybody, trying to be like, guys, this is happening now. Like, here we are, this is it. You know, more of a connection than to try and be like, showing the world or whatever, because we're all going to be seeing it. So if I go live, or if shit starts going down, you know, we can have a meetup. We'll go on YouTube for live, and then we can all talk to each other. Like, especially if there's going to be, I don't know, we're just going to see, because it can be like there's going to be a lot of people freaking out, but there can be some of us that are going to be real calm, like, oh my God, isn't this so exciting? It's finally going down. So anyways, we'll just see what's to come. Go with the flow, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.